Dose is put together to give you a small bite of leadership commentary from the things that I experience on a day-to-day basis and just some things I've observed in the space. Thank you guys so much for tuning in with us every day, Monday through Friday at 4:30, liking, sharing, commenting. It all is appreciated and it all helps get the message out to other people who may need this information or somebody they may know might need this information. So I'm definitely grateful for you guys for participating in this broadcast. And today I'm going to talk about auditing your focus. I want to give you guys 3 audit points to help you become more focused and aligned with who you want to be and where you want to go. And so the audit number 1 is auditing your routine. Audit number 2 is auditing your personal development. And number 3 is auditing how you are pursuing your passion. And so number 1, I truly believe that success is going to be found in what your daily habits are and what, and what that translates into and what your daily routine is. For a long time, I've been a big advocate of waking up early and trying to maximize your time during the day. But if you're not a morning person and if that's not for you, you still need to evaluate time in your day, whether that's early morning, late night, midday, that you can dedicate to getting your thoughts together, getting the plans for the next 24 to 48 hours together, and just really starting to forecast what that looks like. I mean, I think a critical piece to everybody's routine is taking an assessment of the things that they're responsible for over the next week or over the next couple of days, and then being thoughtful around the plans, actions, and task lists that revolve around those activities. Hopefully the activities that you're going to perform in that 24 to 48 hour period or 7-day period, week period, align with your larger, bigger goals and visions and activities. But the main thing is trying to get to a place to where you're looking at what you do on a daily basis and trying to develop some consistency around what you tackle and what you address and what you get done during that time period, because I think that is very important as it relates to how you're going to attain and how do you want to reach the level of success that you want to reach. Number 2, auditing your personal development. I know for me personally, I know I haven't been, over the last couple of years, up until this year, I've kind of put my personal development in the back seat, because I think I've said this before on this broadcast. I've been a part of development at work for so many years, and you kind of just get jaded a little bit in that process of, well, I'm exposed to the same content, I'm taking that in, and that's good enough. But as I realize the levels that I want to ascend to, the things that I want to try to achieve, it's going to require me to be more dialed in, more locked in. And so I really had to take a step back and look at just what I was doing for myself personally from a developmental standpoint, and that has truly challenged me to get better. And I believe just during this year that I've gotten more development activities under my belt this year probably than I've had the bulk of last year. So really take a look at, what are you reading? What podcasts are you listening to? What YouTube videos are you listening to or watching rather? The thing is that there's so much content out there. It could get overwhelming. It can be, you get to the place to where there's productive paralysis, or you get paralyzed, or you don't want to necessarily, you don't know which direction to go in or anything like that. My recommendation to you is just get started with something. Just get yourself in a position to where you find a leader or some enriching content that you like to listen to, whether it's myself or anybody out there, Craig Rochelle, Andy Stanley, Les Brown. There's so many, there's people on Instagram that you can go follow and listen to that would help pour into your personal development. You find something to latch on to, get a philosophy or a way of thinking that aligns with where you want to try to go. Connect with a communicator that resonates with you, and devote some time into yourself getting better. Because if you don't do that, and here's the thing, most successful people will tell you to get a coach or to find some mentorship, which is great. But in the interim, until you're in the position to where you feel like you want to pursue that level of development, try to find somebody online that you can follow that can help you in your journey. I'm guaranteeing you that would definitely help you get to the next level. And then last but certainly not least, auditing how you're pursuing your passion. I think sometimes we get caught up in the method in which we're pursuing something and not totally fixated on what it is that we're trying to pursue. A lot of times, you've heard the phrase, there's more than one way to skin a cat. A lot of times, sometimes somebody might recommend something to you that may or may not be applicable to you. You try it and you want to stick with that, but that's not your thing. That's not the most effective for you in order for you to reach whatever your goal is. If your goal is to get a promotion at work, if your goal is to start your own business, if your goal is to write a book, there's different methods and directions you can go in formulating and building all those different things. You have to do what's best for you. And so sometimes a lot of us get discouraged because we're operating in methods that aren't the most effective for us, and we're not seeing the results that we want. And then we deviate from our passions completely because of we may have elected to follow the wrong methodology. And so that's, the third audit is just really looking at how are you going about doing what you're doing, and is it effective? And that's a question for you and yourself. And you can say, if you feel comfortable with the method in the way that you're pursuing your goal, great. But if you feel like you're not achieving the results that you want, and you still feel passionate about the thing that you're pursuing, I would suggest looking into the method in which you're pursuing those items. And so those are the 3 audits. In auditing your focus. 1, audit that routine. What does your day-to-day activities look like? How do you leverage your calendar? How do you leverage your resources? What do you do? What do you do day in and day out? Because those are going to be the things that point to your success the most. Number 2, auditing that personal development. Find somebody online, find a book series, find an author, find something that you can gravitate towards that will help you become better as a leader, better as an individual, better as a spouse, better as a father, better as a son. Because as you develop all of those different attributes, inevitably that will contribute to who you are and what you're trying to pursue on a purpose and passion level. And then last but certainly not least, audit how you're pursuing those passions or pursuing those things that you're wanting to do, because sometimes we might be doing what we are pursuing is in line with what we want, but how we're going about it may not be the most effective for us as individuals. And so those are the 3 things that I got, guys. Went a little over on time today, but I appreciate you guys rocking with us. And until next time, TPE family,